Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How They Are. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer style night. And the beer we're going for tonight is this one. It is the Dissolution IPA from Kirkstall Brewery in Leeds. And it is a 5% IPA that's described as being intensely hoppy. It says on the front of the bottle, drink and be grateful. And I'm sure I will be by the end of it because I imagine it's going to be quite nice. And it says on the back of the bottle, it's Dissolution IPA is named after the dissolution of Kirkstall Abbey by Henry VIII in 1539 AD and the disbanding of the Abbey's Cistercian order. This is a classic IPA with a resolute hoppy kick and a lasting citrus finish. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be nice. I do like a good bitter IPA that's got those citrusy notes and a big hoppy punch. So let's get it out and get all 2.5 units into a glass and see what we think, shall we? So this one I acquired on my relatively recent trip to Yorkshire. It was in Kirby Moorside, so it's all the way from Yorkshire. So let's get it out into the glass and see what we think. It is, oh, it's a nice colour. It's golden, got a nice golden hue to it, clear as a bell. See if we can encourage a bit of a head, not too much, just a bit. Okay, a bit too much, but what the hell. Could be worse. So we have a beautiful deep golden beer with I'd be tiny hint of fridge haze in there. Got good carbonation coming up from nucleation points, joining the pretty tight off-white head. That's your beer in a glass up close. Lovely colour, I must say. Looks great. Let's have a whiff. Nice. Nice, it's light, it's citrusy. Some toffee malts coming through, which is nice and unexpected in a way. But yeah, those bright citrus notes are really cutting through. I like. Yeah, smells really good. So, looks good, smells good. See if it matches up with the taste. Cheers. Do you know what? I love a traditional IPA that's done well because it balances malt and hop. There is a massive, what's the word I'm looking for? Trend, shall we say, with a craft IPA, just to go big on all the hops and forget about the roots of the style. This has got the roots of the style firmly in its design brief. You've got beautiful hops, of course, nice citrusy hops. There is the toffee malt coming through, and that's important. On a good IPA, you've got to have that balance. And yes, the hops have got to be forefront, without shadow of a doubt, but those malts have got to shine. They've got to have their own characteristic punch in the beer, and they have here. And what you've obviously got a really nice sort of sweet toffee malt backbone, or at least that's what it tastes like anyway. And the citrus hops bring just the right amount of pine resin to the flavour. It's really, really good. It's ever so slightly spicy. Think a peppery note on that lemon. It works really, really well. Can't really taste 5%. It's well carbonated. The body is great. It's kind of a medium with good carbonation. That is a dangerously tasty drink. We all know I love my IPAs hoppy and bitter and long. And on the finish of this one, I expected the same. I'm getting the same. I'm getting much of the bitterness on the back end, which is where I really quite like it. You know, it just leaves that bitter edge, a hoppy bitterness as well, in the back of the mouth. And it's just wonderful. It's classy, is what this one is. It is extremely well executed. That is lovely. It says on the bottle, drink and be grateful, as I mentioned at the beginning. And I am grateful I'm drinking it very much so. So Kirkstall Brewery's Dissolution IPA. What do I think of you? Well, I'll tell you that in a minute. But before we do, I've got to draw attention to this. The bottle artwork. I love it. Look at that. You've got that kind of shiny red kind of throwback to some old school fabrics. I love it. It's classy, it's elegant, and it's really rather nice. So, the Aid Memoir of Untapped says that the Kirkstall Brewery's Dissolution IPA has got 6,100 or thereabouts check-ins with an average of 3.59. Not bad, but I think it's understated. So, we should give you my opinion, which of course, like everyone, we've all got arseholes. And yeah, my opinion is no more valid than anyone else's, but we're going to put it in anyway. And we're going to go for the looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and the finish as always. It's currently empty. We're going to give it some points. And the looks. Let's be honest. It's a good looking beer. It's the right colour. It's a nice deep gold. Almost crystal clear. It's got a nice white head to it. A little bit of lacing left on the glass. Can you fault it? Let's be honest. No, you can't. The opening gambit is a full point. The aroma is honest. It delivers on what it said it would. There's malts that come through first. You got the citrusy hops. There's a little tiny hint of spice and peppery resin. But most of all, it's that beautiful malt that kind of bucks the trend and hits first. It's nice. Relatively strong on the nose, but could be a little bit stronger and perhaps just a little bit more dominant with the hops. Very good though. I like it a lot. It's going to get the 0.75 from me. The body is right for the style. You know, it's a medium weight. You've got good soft carbonation, but there's plenty of it. And I mean that in a good way. You know, it's not over carbonated. It's the right amount of carbonation that suits the weight of the beer very, very well. I'm going to give it a full point. So I wouldn't change anything. And the taste, which is the most important bit of the beer, let's be honest, and it delivers in spades. It really does. You know, if King Henry VIII's wives served him a pint of this at every meal, none of them would have been divorced, none of them would have been beheaded. They probably would have died at some point, let's be honest. But hey, you know, they wouldn't have met a grisly end. It's got big hops. It's got a beautiful balanced malt. You've got bitterness that is just delicious and balanced with the whole thing. It works really, really well. Can I fault it? Would I change anything? No, I wouldn't. I'm going to give it the full point. And the finish. Well, it's hoppy, it's long, it's bitter, it's balanced. And I like it a lot. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to give it the full point. Which means the Dissolution IPA from Kirkstall Brewery in Leeds has got 4.75 out of 5 from me. So yeah, like I said, it's a bit understated at the average of 3.59. Definitely deserves more. And I think I'll be buying more of this. And more from the brewery to try as well. Because this is my first beer from Kirkstall Brewery that I'm aware of. Yeah. Takes a while to get round them all in my my particular situation where I can't drink as much as I'd like. So yeah, I'm glad I've enjoyed it. I'm very grateful for the fact I've enjoyed it. And we're going to leave it there. Lovely beer to end Sunday with. And I'm going to say, that's been the beer. I've been Nick. Those down there are the buttons. You know what to do with them by now. You've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again next week for another one. Bye.